And good morning on this Tuesday morning. Time to wake up and enjoy this weather. 56 degrees out there right now. You better enjoy today. Almost 70, may hit 70, but tomorrow some severe weather moving in. JC?
Yeah, you'll have to hang on to something tomorrow because you might get blowed away.
You
or
might.
As we say in the country, yeah, blowed away. Hey, good morning. I'm Jamie Cooper. Thank y'all for getting up with us. This is a Tuesday morning edition of Athens in the AM. Tomless in here this morning. Not Tomless, Tomless. Yeah, we were here with us last week, a couple of days. Late showing up. What's happening, Tom?
Oh, everything's good.
Yeah, everything's good this morning. Frank is on the phone, too, 230-4988. Or you can text Gloria 603-4848. I've got my phone, too. We'll talk a little bit about some texting going on in just a little bit. As Gloria told you, stay tuned to the weather today. Watch one of the big boy stations if you really want to know what's happening. Winds up to 60 miles an hour. You believe that, Frank?
Wow.
Yep. Now, Frank's going to go out. He don't get Limestone Louie excited yet, but Groundhog Day is this Saturday. If the groundhog sees his shadow, 6 more weeks of bad weather. We ain't had no bad weather yet. We may have some coming in tonight. No tornado activity expected in this. Stay tuned to Channel 48 and 1931 for weather updates. And watch our replays later and we'll tell you what's happening. Hey, got a lot of stuff going on. We'll get it cranking right now. No football to watch this past weekend. Senior Bowl a little bit. There was ice skating on, golf, and bowling. Those are the big three that were on. And for those of you folks that ever watched Shameless, now that's a program. That is a Shameless. That's a program. All right, let's get it cranking on this Tuesday morning. Harold Wells may be with us later on this morning. City Council President and Paula with the library will be our special guest later on this morning, too. Plus, y'all know me. I got plenty to talk about after going through a full weekend, having nothing to do but read, and more read. Here's Gloria with that updated windy forecast. Hang on to your toupees, Frank. They might blow them off tomorrow.
It's a little windy out there this morning, so yes, tomorrow's probably stick your hair up in a ponytail day, but today we may make it with almost 70 degrees for your high, and that's going to be really nice. Now, there could be some scattered afternoon showers for some of us out there, and of course your low of 61. With these warmer temperatures, like Jamie said, yes, tornado activity is low for tomorrow, but it definitely could happen. They are saying, can you believe, wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Kind of hard to believe, but if you have anything outside, make sure you secure it. You don't want to have to go look for it the next morning anyway. But 67 for your high tomorrow and 32 for your low. The rest of the forecast, here it is. Not too bad. Once we get past tomorrow, who knows? Maybe we'll miss it. Hopefully we'll dodge another bullet, so we'll see. And of course, there's an article talking about Valley facing threats of severe weather, and this is for everyone in the Valley. So just keep your eyes on the weather. Yes, like Jamie said, make sure you watch one of the big boy stations where they have their fancy Dopplers, and they can tell you more about what's going on. Frank, you're a fancy Doppler.
While I'm standing up before I said, I just wanted to demonstrate something. I'm going to talk about this that's in a Dear Abby in a moment, about texting. Anytime I see my lovely bride going through the house lately, she's like this right here. I mean,
I have that camera.
She's walking through the house like this right here. She'll go down one room, she'll come out another room, Frank, and she's like this right here. And it's 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon. I said, what are you doing? Who are you talking to? And she's like this all the time.
How do you think any work
Constantly.
How do you think any emails
You don't do no freaking work. I mean, now how many of y'all can associate that you're
I'm on my phone too much. Is that what you're saying?
They're on the phone constantly, Frank. I mean, there ain't that much going on in the friggin' world.
Abby needed to know how to make deviled eggs yesterday. Thank you, Brad. Brad does that all the time. How do you think the real people that
I ain't married to Brad. I'm married to you. But, I mean, yeah, look, she's just... I mean...
Okay.
Come on, get a life.
When someone's asking me for a recipe, yeah, that is sad, Abby. Don't do that again.
No, that's it.
I do that, but I use both thumbs.
Well, I mean,
just kidding.
Just because you're hooked on the comments on your iPad.
I can do every bit of that in no time whatsoever. Speaking of my iPad, my email address is countryrover@gmail.com. You want to get me each time. Speaking of my iPad, got it right here. Tom, this past weekend was 30 years ago that Coach Bear Bryant died.
Have you ever seen the picture down in my office of his graveside when it happened?
Well, you should have got it right here. Brad will pull it up for you. Is that it?
No.
Well, that's one picture.
That's what it looks like today.
I remember exactly where I was when Bear Bryant died 30 years ago this past weekend.
Really?
I was doing a Country Rover store coming through, I just come through Eva, Alabama, by myself, as I always was. contrary to popular
Yeah,
belief.
okay, whatever.
They didn't call me the country rover for nothing. And they came on the radio that Bear Bryant had died. He was only 60-something. He looked like he was 106.
Wow, he did look older.
And the other thing was, no, he was only, wasn't he 60-something years old, Frank?
I think he was older than.
60 or 70. He wasn't in his 80s. He didn't get that far.
Yeah.
But he died like, I know he died like 30 days after his last game, didn't he? Was that the deal?
Yeah.
And then Daniel Moore had done the print, the Louisiana deal when the LSU game when Yeldon scores the final touchdown. What they call that? Something in Death Valley. He thought that would be the last one, especially since Alabama got beat the week after. This is in the AL.com this morning. Now he says because Alabama won, now he's working on 3 other projects. Dynasty, and you Bama fans, we lose 1 or 2 games, Saban will be unemployed. Got a lot of stuff going on, Tom. Oh, Gloria, if anybody's out there looking for a new house, ours will be up for sale through Tom McAlister and AAA here by springtime. Gloria's packing stuff, decluttered, to show the house and everything. And I was in there and I ran across this little black and white photo of me from, I don't know what grade this is, probably 4th or 5th grade, right there. And I said something about it. I said, do they still do these? Gloria said,
yes, honey, but they're in color these days.
what is that, probably 4th or 5th grade? Now, I'll be auctioning this off. This is wallet size.
Nobody wants
Do people
that.
still have these?
I got mine.
I ain't talking about yours. I'm talking about one of Mac. Do people still have these?
They still do
no,
school
they're in
pictures.
colors. Yeah, they do the pictures. Yeah,
I know
they're in color.
color. But I mean, do they still?
Yes.
I always wondered,
Yes.
they'd always have the package. You can go home, show to your mom and dad. Okay, for $20 you can get these. $40 you
Probably
can get
$5 back.
Well, what
then.
happens? Well, whatever they were. And my parents always got the cheaper version. And I'm wondering, well, what happens to all the leftover pictures?
I think they come back and try to sell them to you later, or they throw them away. But what I wanted to bring up here was I'm cleaning out the closet, and I've noticed this jean jacket. Well, it still has the tag on it from when it was dry cleaned. 2007. Do we really need this?
That was mine.
I know, it's out of here. 2007. Are you honestly going to wear it again?
As we say in the country, you didn't get shit of my clothes, did you?
I'm getting rid of them.
What was that box out there at the side of the road?
Bear Bryant
Charity.
was 69 years old when he
69.
died. He looked like he was 109.
Way to research.
I saw
Brad.
this. I saw this little TV. That,
Must have been the alcohol.
I cut if anybody's got any old televisions, I mean old television, they don't have to work. I just want an old TV.
What are you going to do with it?
Put it in the house where, I need some more junk in there. Old, not them old heavy type, but old TVs. All right. Randy Quaid, y'all know the star of Christmas Vacation and what's the Independence Day?
Yeah.
Canadian immigration officials have denied Randy Quaid's request for permanent residence in Canada. U.S. officials last year refused to seek extradition. Ain't he, what's his name, Dennis Quaid's brother?
Yes.
Says here they're still trying to get him rearrested and returned to the States. It said here he had he damaged $5,000 worth of damage to a hotel room, or the rental house he had. He says here Randy Quaid sought to stay in Canada claiming he was being hunted by Hollywood star whackers who had killed his friends David Carradine and Heath Ledger.
Wow.
So
Not
he's
to mention overdose.
he is a full-blown nutcase.
He does.
A nutcase.
He was good in Christmas Vacation.
Hey, I don't know how many of y'all have heard about this Miss in America that's over in Istanbul. That's over in Turkey, in case y'all didn't know. This photographer, this is a news story we'll talk about. 33-year-old mother of 2 was scheduled, Tom, to go over there and take some pictures. Her best friend was supposed to go with her, and the best friend backed out at the last moment, so she goes by herself.
Oh, no.
Smart decision. How's this going, Frank?
Not too good.
Well, when her plane arrived, you just talked to her 2 days ago, she wasn't on it. She was staying in one of the seedy locations in drug-infested Istanbul streets, taking photographs of some of the historic buildings there. Now she's nowhere to be found.
She arrived there, but she didn't arrive home.
Yeah, but they had just talked to her. She was
wow.
When they went into her room in the seedy district, they found her passport and everything.
Oh.
First of all, what
They'll
mother
never find her.
would go, unless she's just trying to get away from her husband,
Wow.
by herself to a foreign country just to take some pictures? Idiot.
Wow. Wasn't a smart decision.
I'm just trying to keep y'all posted on what's happening. In case y'all didn't know, Barbara Walters at 110, host of The View, has been in the hospital.
Oh, I didn't
You know why?
Why?
Chicken pox.
Really?
Yeah. Frank, do you know that?
That's rare. Huh.
Veteran TV journalist Barbara Walters, hospitalized 10 days after a fall, turns out to have a rare adult case of chickenpox, according to the most beautiful woman on television, Whoopi Goldberg. Walters fell and hit her head at a party at the British ambassador's residence in Washington. It says, how unusual is chickenpox in adults? 90% of the people who get chickenpox get it before 13 years old.
I had it.
It said here, this doctor here said, I've never seen anyone over 60 have it. What causes chickenpox? Virus, symptoms, blister-type rash, fatigue.
Quit itching.
I think that's what I got, chickenpox. How does chickenpox differ from shingles? Once you're infected with...
if you have chickenpox, you have a greater chance of developing shingles.
Wait a minute. Barbara Walters got friggin' chickenpox.
Okay, go say hi to Shelly.
Got chickenpox. Oh, Shelly's here today, too.
Yeah.
Shelly, would you like a genuine pocket-sized picture of me when I was a kid?
Oh, come on.
Huh? Yeah.
Absolutely was her
How about it
answer.
autographed?
Sure,
Right.
why not?
I got plenty of stuff in here to talk about. I'm going to get back to that texting, and Shelly's probably the same way
Yes,
as she pinches the
probably
dog.
is. She didn't mean to.
Shelly, before you got here, talking about Shelly with the Hospital Foundation, talking about the musical group she got coming this weekend, talking about people walking around and texting.
Hey, baby.
Dear Abby I've got says people apparently cannot detach themselves from their cell phones. Says if I'm trying to hold a conversation time with someone, if he or she is playing an electronic toy, I just get up and walk away. It's obvious to me that my company isn't worth that person's time, so neither is theirs. If I'm in a restaurant and people start texting, I get up and go leave the person alone. So,
Where do you go?
Huh?
Where do you go when you get up?
But you know how many people do that?
How much work did you get done on your iPad the other day now that you've learned how to use it?
I'm not talking about walking around. I'm talking about texting on a phone.
No, you look ridiculous
There's a
walking
difference in
around with
this.
an iPad.
You are the world's
What's the
worst.
difference? I am. You want me to not touch my phone today? Will you take all my
I
calls and
mean,
emails?
walking through, you know, and Paula, you probably the same way.
Okay.
It's mainly women.
That's right.
Okay.
Paula can agree with me.
No.
Paula, when did I book you to come on the show?
It's mainly
Yesterday.
women.
Shelley, how did I reach you to get on the show? Through the phone.
It's mainly women,
Amazing how
Paula.
you
I
get
got a
guests
text
up
from her,
here.
too.
There you go.
It's mainly women. Mainly women. Huh?
Brad does it. Brad's
It's mainly
good.
women. Well, Brad's half woman. It's mainly women.
Brad is not half woman.
A man in Montana who apparently summons the courage to rob a Montana pizza restaurant changed his mind, Tom, as the clerk started to hand him the money. He broke down crying and ended up leaving with a pizza to feed his hungry family.
Oh,
He's not been arrested.
why?
He came in, going to rob them, and then broke down, had a bandana and everything on, pulled his bandana down. Papa John's, as a matter of fact, handed the clerk, demanded money. The cashier started to comply, but then the man started crying, told the clerk he's just trying to provide for his wife and family. Clerk talked to him a few minutes, offered it, made him a pizza on the spot, and also gave him some chicken wings.
That was good.
Which, by the way,
Hey, chicken wings are at a low
there's
right
going to
now.
be
For
a
the Super
shortage
Bowl.
of chicken wings for the Super Bowl. How is that possible?
I don't know. My phone told me.
It's not enough chickens.
But this is my main story of the day. I'm going to take this down to Limestone Chapel,
I liked
Pennsylvania.
it.
A Pennsylvania fast food fan had one whopper of a funeral. Family members said David
Literally.
Time lived by his own rules, so it's only fitting he had it his way on the way to the cemetery. True story. The hearse carrying the 88-year-old man led the funeral procession through a Burger King drive-thru for one last sandwich this past Saturday. The New York Daily Record reported one sandwich was placed atop his flag-draped coffin at the cemetery. Restaurant manager said her crew made 40 burgers for the funeral procession, and he was a very loyal customer to the very end. And when the whole 40-car procession went through the drive-thru, each one was presented with a Whopper.
That's that's awesome. You know, that just reminded me of Mr. Brooks at Chick-fil-A. They could
Yeah.
have done that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
He
in
and his
there
wife
every
are
day.
there every day. Not anymore, but
40-car procession going through.
aw.
Now, if I was in line, I'd be PO'd.
You would, because you're selfish.
We-
I was hungry.
to go in.
Well, they'd give you 2 for waiting.
You know, he can wait a little bit longer on getting his last burger. But that's
the man
unusual.
died.
Huh?
The man was dead. Let him have his last wish. Let the whole family go and get a free burger on him one last
Well,
time.
I'm sure somebody had to
Goodness.
pay for it.
Well, yeah, he probably had it in his will to pay for it for all those folks that went.
It's probably a donation for the media exposure.
Well, he got some good publicity there. I got plenty of others. So, by the way, I'll talk more in a minute. Y'all getting a raise, minimum wage going up. I don't know if that's here or not, Paula. Do you?
No,
You don't
not
know?
here.
And Tom, just to make your day, make you happy, one quick other thing. Hostess has picked the maker of Little Debbie's as the lead bidder for a straight cake. That means Devil Dogs, Funny Bones, and Yodels.
What
The
are
fate of
Devil
the
Dogs?
Twinkies and Hostess cakes are being negotiated with other bidders.
Never
Just so
heard of
y'all
Devil
know, to
Dogs.
get your sugar high for the day, they will be back. All right, I got to take a break. Got a lot of news to talk about. We got some guests in the studio. You can text me to it, 230-1123. But how many of y'all know people that walk around constantly and ignoring you to talk?
Oh, now
with
I'm ignoring you.
Facebook. Y'all better be glad I don't do Facebook.
Gloria,
You know what?
text?
You're in
Shoot me a
trouble.
comment.
Thank
Cooper
you. You're in trouble
comments on
today
my
with the
Facebook
guests.
page. Yeah. Don't y'all get too bored watching somebody else? Hey, spend some time with me.
Who?
Yeah. I'll wake up in the middle of the night, she'll be over like this right here.
I will
And
not.
I say, who are you talking to?
What do I say?
I'm bringing my phone to bed.
No, you're not.
We got to take a break. Y'all hang on.